Hey everybody, it's B-Diz, the rock star part of SuperObvious. In this video, we're talking about some of my favorite zombie movies and TV shows. Let's go. First, we're talking about Resident Evil and Resident Evil Apocalypse. I'm talking about these movies first because I've seen these before all the other entries on this list. I also played most of the games, especially back in the day. I know there's a lot more of these movies in the RE franchise, but I feel like the first two are the best ones, and everything after that kind of goes downhill as far as the movies. Whether people like them or not, I really like the first two RE movies. Seeing zombies, lickers, dogs, and nemesis are all different types of infected that are big in the RE universe, and visual effects wise, looks really good. The first RE movie also has an awesome soundtrack with a lot of the music being done by Marilyn Manson. I know a lot of RE fans are kind of split on liking these movies or not, just because of the character Alice being the main focus who isn't in the games, but I do like her character. We're talking about 28 days later and 28 weeks later. These movies are pretty freaking intense to watch. The infected are like track star fast, which seems like guaranteed game over if you are attacked, especially by a bunch of them. A lot of the deaths are very violent. There's also a good amount of jump scares, and the movies kind of stress me out with all the crazy stuff that's going on, especially when scenes go from super quiet to loud as shit out of nowhere. We're talking about World War Z next. I know the people who like this movie is kind of split. As of now, it has a 7 out of 10 on IMDb and a 66% on Rotten Tomatoes, which nowadays is exceptionally good. I like the visual and fast-paced effects of the zombies, especially when they create huge swarms to where they pile up on each other and can reach pretty much any area, so getting on a high building doesn't keep you safe for long at all. I also like the chunk of the movie where they were experimenting and trying to find a cure for the virus and seeing the whole process of what they're doing is working out or not. Next, we're talking about Train to Busan. I just seen this movie a few months ago, and even though it came out back in 2016, I think this movie is definitely worth all the hype that I had heard about for the longest. I thought the whole viral outbreak setting being on a train for most of the movie was really cool and different since the setting environment is so small. We're talking about The Walking Dead next. You know I was definitely going to mention this show. If you've been on my channel, you know I have a Walking Dead section just for this show. This is one of my favorite shows of all time. It's still a bummer knowing the show is done filming, but with all the spin-offs and the movies coming out, there's still so much story to be told in the Walking Dead universe. Next, we're talking about Shaun of the Dead. I've only seen this movie once, and even though it's pretty much a comedy, I think it's a really cool zombie movie if you like action, comedy, with some intense moments, but a overall fun watch. There was an article that there will not be a part 2 of this movie. I think they should consider a part 2, especially if enough fans want it and to keep the cast members that made the movie so great. Last, we're talking about Army of the Dead. I know this movie got mixed reviews. It has a IMDb score of 5.7 out of 10, which nowadays means it's at least okay. As far as plot, there's a bunch of people with their own skills and get sent to do a heist in Las Vegas during a zombie apocalypse. Our characters learn as time goes that there are ranks in the types of infected there is. There's also a tiger that does one of the nastiest and violent deaths in the movie. These plot details alone, especially if you like zombie movies, already sounds pretty cool. There are also a bunch of familiar faces from movies and TV shows that you will notice. But yeah, those are some of my favorite zombie movies and TV shows. Let me know in the comments which ones of these entries you really liked, or let me know which ones aren't on my list that would have been on yours. Like and share the video, subscribe to the channel for more content, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Totally for sure.